Hello everyone, welcome back to a brand new week on the channel and the continuation of our Let's Build British series. I started this series last week with the intention to create British inspired builds, anything from a townhouse that you see today to a commercial property like a fish and chip shop. So in the first ever video for this series, we created a London inspired red brick townhouse and basically completed furnishing the entirety of the ground floor, from the living areas to the modern extension and also the multi-level back garden. And in this part we're moving upstairs to finish all of the bedrooms and the adjoining bathrooms. I did a few little tweaks off camera as usual, but I was really happy with how everything turned out for this first part, and it's a series that I'm really looking forward to exploring through the months. I'm not sure what I'll do for the next one, but this will be the wrap up of the townhouse in two parts. It came together very quickly, but hoping to maybe do a commercial property next. That'd be a nice thing to explore for the channel. So I'll just give you a little bit of an overview for those that maybe missed the first part or just want a refresher, I guess. So we created this, what ideally would have been a middle terrace townhouse, but I thought with this lot style it'd be nice to have a lean-to and an indoor-outdoor kind of corridor moment. So if anything, actually it may be a end of terrace townhouse, but I used some really beautiful CC from all of my favourite CC creators like Pt.2, Felix and Harry, etc. And also made use of the debug and live edit catalogues, but really happy with how everything came out, as I mentioned. And there's nothing wrong with the Sims catalogue, with the content that we have in there, but unfortunately we can't get details like this, and that's what I really love about CC. It adds just an extra depth of realism to builds, especially British inspired builds that are, sometimes could be a box. But we'll go down to the ground floor that we completed furnishing and just take you through what we did last time. It was just a real mix of neutrals with some modern furniture and still keeping the traditional features like the coving and then the ceiling, which I really raved about in the last part. And had two front rooms with a modern extension and then this really beautiful multi-level back garden. So in this part we're going to furnish the main bedroom with a guest bedroom, this larger kind of main bathroom with a secondary bathroom that will also kind of adjoin to the child's bedroom. I'm imagining this one would be a teenager. I was initially going to go for maybe a toddler or an actual child, but I think it was kind of a nice idea to imagine that this is maybe a family's second house, because it's quite nice, quite big in size, and the children have like grown up through it and maybe potentially is ready to go to university. So I'll probably make that apparent with maybe a desk and a laptop. So I guess let's make a start first on the bathroom, since it's the easiest entry point to the upper floor. I've already made a start and I showed you in the last part all the kind of wallpaper swatches and the flooring. Also pulled out some of these really nice marble sconces, which are from the mid-century modern pack, created by Pierre Sim, and really enjoying the colour schemes here. So I definitely want to copy over the estate pack bathroom kit, because I thought it looks so nice downstairs with the orientation that we had, and we've got so much more to work with in this bathroom. But how was everyone's weekend anyway? We enjoyed a bank holiday weekend in the UK, and it was actually really sunny, which I was surprised about, but today is absolutely horrendous and it's predicted to be torrential rain for the rest of the week. So maybe it's a brief interlude before summer arrives. I think I may have been a bit presumptuous saying how excited I was for the glorious weather, but no, true to form, we've gone back to normal and it's now grey and windy. But we also, me and Vin went to a wedding this weekend. It was really beautiful. It was our first gay wedding actually, and really enjoyed it. It was such a beautiful venue and really great food as well. And it was nice to do something a little bit different as well. Felt very grown up, you know? But yeah, I hope you guys had a nice weekend, even if you don't live in the UK, and enjoyed a bank holiday. I'm just going to copy over some bits that we used in the downstairs bathroom. Mainly, you know, the toilet roll. This freestanding bath is beautiful, and I love as well, you know, the brassy gold elements. Really nice. Brings in that idea of traditional and modern as well, which I'm trying to achieve with this this house. I think let's get the matching sink as well. Bopping up and down stairs. It creates a nice moment here to have a vanity area. I'm wondering as well if I even can just copy over this. Bathrooms get kind of stale a lot of the times, but I try my best to think of new orientations and new colour schemes, just to shake things up, and of course CC really helps with being a bit more experimental. I'm wondering if actually we can use this from the estate kits where everything's somewhat matching, instead of the mirror that we use downstairs. Center you a little bit. I think I will. Now, I know there's a freestanding shower here as well. Found the freestanding shower. Let's just get the correct swatch. I think I chose the lighter. Yeah, this should work. Nice. Such nice detailing as well, and very realistic. Might pull out some products here, as you know, my usual. Added some products to the wall. Also pulled out a soap dispenser. I'm just deciding on what toothbrush I would like to use. Thinking maybe, oh, that looks a little bit too big actually. Maybe just the one from the bathroom clutter kit. In a white. Very classy. And I'd quite like to have a wall radiator. This is from Harry's Octave pack. Just lift you so. And then we also have some robes, I think, from the actual game. It's from Spa Day. It's always a sign of a fancy bathroom, I find, having a robe hanging. Might pull out a laundry bin. What's the name of them? I'm just going to find that in the gallery and we can place it. It was a laundry basket. I don't know why I got that word mixed up. I might just go for the white swatch. And this is from Felix and Harry's kit. I'm just not sure which one, but works well all the same. Just pull it out a little bit. I was wondering here maybe to do a kind of side shelf or something. I know in the, oh, where can we find it? I wonder if it's under shelves. I know in the sleek bathroom kit, if I can get to it, we have this option. But then equally, we also have this marble, which kind of tied in with all the marble that we had for the vanity and the shower area. I think I might go for this, you know. Yeah, let's keep it in white. Just gonna pull out some bits to dress this with. Thinking maybe also a bigger mirror as well. Switched out the side table for what is a sideboard from the estate kit, so it matches in with all the bathroom furniture. Pulled out a really beautiful mirror that mirrors the vanity mirror, and also chose the larger size of the sink now that the space allows. It felt a lot more kind of like a couple's sink more than anything. And pulled out a few bits and bobs really. Some products, some bath salts, so it was kind of necessary for this area. Small candle and yet more lilies and some towels. I'd also just like to add a hanging plant here for a bit of extra greenery. This was a kit I came across as an extension to the Blooming Rooms kit, and I really like the additions of the plants in this pack. As I mentioned, anything with extra plants I'm happy about for the game. But I think that's just enough furniture and detail for this area. Already pulled out the blind and everything, so everything works in tandem. Let's move on to the main bedroom, shall we? Now, the beauty of having a chimney breast in your house, particularly in the bedroom, means that you have these alcoves for inbuilt storage, which is actually something I have in my place. My bedroom's actually ridiculously oversized, and we have 2 alcoves, which we've added a wardrobe and a chest of drawers in. So this is kind of a home away from home for me in terms of decorating, but of course, in The Sims, your budget can be unlimited. I'm thinking of maybe adding some modern built-in wardrobes in maybe just a white as well. Will that cut in? Oh, it won't. Of course it won't, Chris. It's CC. This is the Calderon wardrobe from Pt.2. And I think I will just do it in the white swatch. Very nice. Quite like a dresser here as well. Oh, before I forget, I pulled out Harry's Octave bed frame and also matching bedding. Another great thing about CC is that beds come separately, so there's so much customizable options and swatches and color schemes, materials. It's perfect, you know? I think actually maybe let's get some side tables. Thinking maybe something a bit more industrial in a way. Let's get to my trusty CC section. What do I have to pull from? I'm going to go for Harry's coastal bedside tables. I like that metal detail there. And it's also kind of in the harmonious wood swatches, so it's very dark in this room. Oh, that did nothing, but I wonder if I pull out some lamps, maybe it'll brighten up the area. And I also pulled out this Florence dresser from Felix. Just like the difference in wood styles, taking from kind of an eclectic moment. I think this is a perfect spot to have another radiator. Let me try and find it. Where are you? The small one. And here. Place it along this wall. Oh gosh, guys, I finished the my Handmaid's Tale today, and I was slightly disappointed with the finale. I know obviously they're setting it up for The Testaments, which will be the second, it's like the sequel from The Handmaid's Tale, but nothing really to do with The Handmaid. And I thought the show itself, I mean, it kind of dragged on over 6 seasons, and then the season finale felt so rushed. I was kind of a bit sad that it ended that way, but I understand with, you know, pressures with TV companies and things like that. I was kind of underwhelmed, and yeah, just thought it was a bit of a rush job. But let me know if you watched that show. At times it was a bit like torture porn, to be honest with you, and I think the quality of the show really dipped after a while. But without any spoilers, I'm glad certain storylines were tied up nicely with a nice bow, you could say. I'm looking for another TV show to watch, actually. I think I'm really intrigued by Hacks, which is on Amazon Prime, and my friends have recommended it, so I might give it a go because Jean Smart, I think her name is, I really enjoy her, so let me know if you've watched that in the comments below, because I'm always open to watch maybe more of a lighter TV series than something as intense as Handmaid's Tale. I've just pulled out this dresser from the vanity, from the MTN pack, and just naturally pulled out this mirror as well. I think I might go for lighter wood swatch for this area. Let's see if we can get a stool. Let's go to comfort. Might have to type this in. Want something that's a bit lower. Maybe this one, actually. Is this matching to the kit? Yes, it is. And in just a white swatch. We're gonna pull out some things to dress the dresser. and we can make a start on adding some lamps and things. Dresser has been dressed, just a lamp and a few trinket boxes. Also pulled out some makeup and this plant that I very much enjoy and use in many of my builds. Added a fern as well for a bit of extra greenery. Trying to get it in a good position. And I thought it'd be a nice opportunity to add a rug, a bit more of a textile element. I might size this up. I think that's a lot better. Works better with the size of the room that we've got going on. Also pulled out these lamps from Harry's Shop the Look collection. Thought you were not going to go on the surface then. That was going to drive me insane. Like the tones of this with the ribbed shade. And also this end of bed bench. This is actually from Businesses and Hobbies, I think, but in collaboration with Quill, which is, I believe, a CC creator. Maybe let's add a bit of a artwork for this wall. Something very harmonious. Let's go for this one from Pierre Sim's Woodland Ranch pack. Works with the colours of the room. I do like that contrast of this traditional fireplace as well. You see that a lot in modern conversions of period homes. I keep that as is. Do we have a light switch? Yes, we do. Perfect. Let's move on to the guest room. Now, I thought maybe it'd be cool to do a bit more of a preppier theme, considering everything else has been kind of lighter wood tones with more of a modern aesthetic. So I've pulled out this double bed frame from Harry's Coastal Kit, again with the matching duvet. And yeah, so that'd be kind of nice to do something a bit different for once with a bit of a pattern. I'm going to pull out some side tables. And come to think of it, actually, even though it's matching with the main bedroom, I wonder if we can get away with these as well for the guest room. I think I might go for that. And let's pull out a wardrobe for this area. And as expected, Harry's country kit. I've chosen this wardrobe from. Also pulled out the matching coastal dresser for this area. It's all very matchy-matchy, but you know, sometimes for a guest bedroom it's tricky, I guess, when if it's a room that's not really used, just to make it look a little bit more put together, I guess. Pulled out the estate ottoman. That was quite nice, traditional element. This wall would be nice with a freestanding mirror, I think. Oh, going in the run section. Something that's quite large. Maybe let's go for this and then we can pull in the warmer wood tone to this area. Yeah, let's do that. I need a rug for this area and also some lamps, so I'm going to pull those out. I've gone for the oak house lamps in this soft green shade to tie in with the duvet cover. Also pulled out a rug from the organic pack. Love the texture on this and the tassel edges. And dressed up the dresser with some lilies, and also did my trick of the stacked artwork that we implemented downstairs. Just like that idea of making use of the ceiling heights. Added another picture here. This is a bit of an awkward space to work with now we've got the main furniture. So I'm wondering if we could do simply a chair of some descript. One that's kind of matching in that kind of preppy stripe. I'm wondering if we can do something even from the matching pack. Not exactly the matching pack, but I found this one from Pierre Sim's Woodland Ranch kit in the stripe. It worked with that area, you know. And before I forget, we should add a radiator here as well for, you know, realism. I've always found it funny in UK houses, and I don't know if this is exclusively to UK houses, but our radiators are close to the window, and in winter it's actually really irritating because all the all the heat escapes from the room, but I'm sure there's a scientific explanation for it, but I certainly don't know what the explanation is. But it's a real annoyance, especially when you're paying so much money for heating in the UK. I think this is complete. I think I might pull out a shade off camera for both these rooms, but having the basis down, it's looking quite sharp. I think we should move on to this landing area. There's not much we can really put here considering the space, but I'm going to pull out a few things and then we can place them together. Okay, I've pulled out this buffet table for the hallway. It had the nice height that kind of didn't overpower the railings from the stairwell. Dressed it up with a plant and lamp and some books. As I said, not much space to really work with. Pulled out this canvas from the MCM pack as well in this really nice and simple print that plays with the tones of the room. And that's about it. I was going to put some window dressings on, but I don't think it really makes sense, to be honest. You're not overlooked. Well, you would be in real life, but in this build, I think that's fine. Probably add a spotlight here as well, just to make sure the room is lit up enough. Now for this jazzy bathroom, I love the contrast of this deep navy with the white tiles, so I'm going to do a play on that with the bathroom furniture, and I think I have just the right bathroom in mind. It could be a Harry and Felix collaboration, or it could just be a Harry pack. Oh, it's a Harry pack, the Brutalist kit. It comes with this really cool blue swatch with the white marble. So I think might make that apparent throughout here. And I think that's the right spot for the vanity. Probably can afford to have a freestanding bath. And should we pull out the blue as well? It's a bit different, you know. In real life you probably wouldn't have blue metal accents, but you can in the game. And let's just go for all the kind of matching furniture. Jake can get away with having a freestanding shower here. Might need to get a glass pane here. I found the glass pane, also pulled out a few bits, so a plant for this area, standing wall mounted radiator, some toothbrushes, you know, quite necessary for this room. Pull out a mirror as well. Could even get something from the game, you know. How about this one from the University EP? Not in that tone though. In the white. Feels a bit like younger and fresher in here, I guess, if you look at it that way. Compared to the more traditional bathrooms that we've got throughout the other part of the house. Might need a towel rack here, so I'm going to pull that out. Found the towel rack in question, and I think this room is complete. I'm not going to add a rug because it kind of felt a bit more like a wet room, you know, with the walk-in shower. So, last but not least, let's move on to the teenager's room, which is what I'm going to call it. I'll pull out a bed with some bedding, and then we can go from there. Going for a bit of a navy and white theme in this room as well. I think it kind of would suit more of a teenage boy, imagine. I'm not sure if you can fit everything in perfectly, because it's quite a tight space, but let's just have one side table. Also pulled out this bookcase from the Discover University pack. It felt very young adult, teen friendly. A little bit more, you know, youthful. Oh, this is poking through. To be a bit careful with placing the duvets on top of the bed frames. I think I might need a dresser here or a wardrobe. How about this one from the Businesses and Hobbies kit? In that tone as well. Let's look for a mirror. Could we do this one? Not sure what kit you're from. Might be the most CC free room that we've had. yet. Wondering if that will like hit the door. I mean, it would in reality, but I might just leave that there for now because I'd quite like to add a desk in this area. Let's find one of those. I'd like one with like an extra level so we can add some books and some knickknacks, I guess. How about this one? The home decorator kit. Not in that tone though. Should come in a light wood swatch, as you do. Now we've got that in, I can probably just move out down the furniture a bit. Need to find a chair as well. Let's go to the study area. This is where I may bring in the CC because I've got some great CC desk chairs. Like this one, for example, from Harry's Clean kit. I quite like that with the mesh. It was very ergonomic. Need a laptop or a PC. Ooh, you're a bit big. We'll go for this one. David's apartment is the dupe on the Apple book. Also going to pull out some things to dress this with, and then I'll show you once we've got there. Made the desk look a little bit more lived in. Also pulled out a gaming console as well. Felt appropriate for a teenager. And I love this little controller that came with, I think it was the Kayla's kit, which I can't remember off the top of my head. Also this cute instant camera. Added a game. I think this is not functional. Oh no, it is functional. Added this game, probably not kids friendly, but maybe it's an older teenager in my head. And a lamp with an alarm clock, so the kid can get up early to get to school. And I also pulled out this vintage radio, which in turn kind of made me think that this would be a cool space to have a guitar, and maybe the teen is really interested in music as well, so let's definitely make that apparent with a guitar. Could we go for this one? It's from the Businesses and Hobbies pack. Such a cool object actually, maybe in the black. And need to find a rug to finish this off. Oh, and a plant as well. Found the rug, just a little bit too big. It's from the Pt.2, David's apartment. And it comes in those navy and white tones. And that, my friends, is the brick townhouse complete. Kind of whooshed around this area, but it really came together. I think this house in particular was really a joy to build because it felt kind of rooted in realism. Also, I have all my CC to work with, which I always enjoy. So let's give you guys a tour. Let's do the page up. So say hello to the brick townhouse, complete with satellite dish, which you'll see a lot on British builds. I'm going to go through the front door first, I think. So this is a traditional front courtyard with Victorian tiles. Kind of plays into the detailing that we've got on the front with this gorgeous Roman-inspired columns, these pediments and window detailing. Really beautiful. I loved adding detail to this front part of the build and spent a lot of time doing it. I also remembered to include an actual post mailbox because, you know, unfortunately this is not functional on the door. Let's go in, shall we? Whoop, through the front door. So this is the front foyer section, and I think this is just glitching from me being in the tab mode, with a mirror, little side table with some artwork. All that ceiling detail as well is really pretty. Let's get down a little bit. This is the living area with some minimal but lived-in clutter. Some lovely natural light flowing through. Going to, I guess, what would be a lounge, second lounge space. Chill area with some music and a desk. Dining area with a bar and a kitchen, integrated kitchen. the outside garden with a dining space, multiple dining spaces actually. Let's go back in to the downstairs bathroom. I did show this in the last part, but you know, just as a refresher. And then, oh, wrong keys, Christopher. Into the upper landing. Simple. Really enjoy these doors. Love to have those in game actually. Let's start with the teenager's bedroom first, which we just finished. I've actually just done a simple ceiling for these rooms rather than anything ornate compared to the downstairs. Into this very blue but really beautiful contrasting white and blue bathroom. Into the guest room. A bit preppier with a stripe. Need to add a pendant light up here. Very nice, fresh, feels very clean. It's inspiring me to do a kind of coastal style build. Let's go into this very classy looking bathroom. Those gorgeous tiles. Very nice. And finally into the main bedroom. Complete with vanity and built-in wardrobes. It's a nice mix of modern and traditional here. I'm gonna leave you guys, oh, I fell through the ceiling. That's exactly where I wanted to end actually. I'm gonna leave you guys on this shot, but thank you so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying this series, and I'll bring out another part of this probably either later this week or next week. We'll probably focus on a commercial build to change things up a bit. But I'll leave all my socials in the description box below, including all the CC I've used, and I'll upload this on the gallery as well. You can find me there under Curio Sims. But if you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.